You have to make a decision to follow the path you believe is right for you. You have to embrace the feeling of being disconnected with your environment. The path of the ambitious is a lonely one, and you know that. You've been aware of it, and I know it's a painful decision to make, and you'll feel like giving up more often than not, actually. You will see everybody having fun and enjoying their life, and you'll just sit there working day in, day out, and wondering what it's all for. It's like you've set yourself up for the hardest part of life, and yeah, you did. You did set yourself up for the harder part of life. And you want success to come quickly, yet the success isn't coming as quickly as you want it to come. No, this is a hard truth that we experience as ambitious people. And we're not here for an easy life. We didn't choose to experience an easy life, because if that was the case, then we would just do exactly that what everybody else is doing and follow down the traditional path. Work from Monday to Friday and spend our weekends getting drunk, high, going to parties, having casual sex, accepting degeneracy. But no, instead we are delaying gratification, and we are doing the uncomfortable things that feel counterintuitive to what seems to be the right thing to do for us right now. And although we seek to be surrounded by people and we seek to have a tribe that we can call our own, we still haven't gotten to that point yet. I mean, nobody obligated us to sit in the trenches and to do the work when we don't want to do it. Yet we still decide to do that. And perhaps that is like a curse that we have been given, that we are aware of the life that we are in, that it is not going to get us to the point where we want to go. We don't want to be mediocre. So we choose to sit in the trenches, no matter how painful it is. Every morning that we wake up and we just question if we should either do it or sleep. The moments where we just want to lay, cuddle, maybe even cry ourselves to sleep again. And we feel that pain, that burning desire in our heart to give up, because we know that we will confront ourselves with all of our insecurities and all of our doubts, and still we struggle with doing that, with accepting that if we continue to lay in bed, we know that it's not going to grow, that we're not going to develop, and that we're just run behind. You know that you have to do this, and you are very aware that you will slip up from time to time, as it has happened. No, whether you are 18, whether you are 15, whether you are 24, 30, 40, and you are going down this path that is aligned to who you want to be, then it is going to be lonely, because nobody really wants to do that. But running away from that loneliness will make you feel worse, and you know that. Like, even our loved ones wonder what the fuck we are doing with ourselves. They're worried, and sometimes it's hard for us to accept their worry, to accept their emotions, to even take that on upon our shoulders. And we'd love to sometimes distance ourselves from that, but we know that we can't do it. We know that it will only weaken us if we allow ourselves to crumble due to the emotions of other people. You know, the pressure is big if you're ambitious, but this is the game that we play. And I think this is the game that we continue to play for the rest of our lives. I don't think that we really can run away from it. Maybe the people who are addicted to drugs are those who continuously run away from their ambition. I don't know, this is just a random thought that popped up into my mind. I definitely know that I did that. I did indulge in drugs in order to, well, first and foremost to fit in, but then later on, it became a habit to run away from the truth, to run away from the things that I had to do, and it felt good, it felt comfortable. And I decided to reside in that comfort, but yet every time that I did that, I only took away my potential of reaching success quicker. And I lost years, I've lost months, I've lost days. And what did it do to me? Just ruined my mental health, ruined my perception of myself. So I had to start from scratch, start from the bottom and work my way up. And from the age of 24, I've been ruthlessly trying to align myself to get there. Like, I've quit running away. I've quit doing all of that. And I'm on this path, and sometimes I just really don't want to do it. Like, I'm sitting here. This morning has been a morning filled with so many thoughts, so many emotions, where I just wanted to run away from everything. But I know that I cannot do that, because I will feel so guilty. And not the right kind of guilt. It was the bad kind of guilt. It's the guilt that I am fooling my family. I am fooling my future children. I'm fooling my future self. And I really do wonder how many more people are actually going through this. Sometimes I really do have that feeling that I have to go back to the old life that I was living, to live a lie, to live a life where I am indulging in smoking weed, where I should just numb my brain and live like everybody else, drink alcohol and do all of that. I really do sometimes entertain that thought. But where will I get if I continue to do that? Where will I get if I don't decide to stay on this path of loneliness? You know, the loneliness is just temporarily. I know that. Because there are 100% a lot more people who have already overcome this, and these people are the successful people that we look up to. They have managed to overcome that, and now they are dealing with different issues in their lives. We are here in the trenches, sitting here fighting our thoughts, fighting the resistance that is inside of us. If I never took on the responsibility for myself to sit down and to be lonely, to sit in this room, to write scripts, to think about what I want to say, to feel my emotions, to feel my doubts, to feel my insecurities, to feel the resistance that is inside of me, then nothing would happen. Then I would still not have ever produced a YouTube video. Then I would not have ever released any song that I did in the past. And then I would not have ever took on the risk to even get married. What's so difficult about this path is that when you see other people having success in their areas by taking on the traditional route, you just wonder, did I take the wrong path? Am I not doing something right? Are all my efforts and are all my sacrifices not worth it? Maybe I'm supposed to go down the traditional path and live like everybody else. Maybe then I'll eventually be happy. Maybe then I'll eventually have the money that I want in order to provide for my family. Then I get into conversations with those people and they are unhappy as well. The only reason why they share their successes is so that they hopefully get like some recognition for what they did, and they hope that by sharing their wins of the traditional path that they can be validated, that they can get like some reassurance that, okay, I did the right thing, but why do I still feel so wrong? And most of them still have like a dream that they never fulfilled. Most of them still have like that desire, that itch that needs to be scratched, but they keep ignoring it and they keep following the traditional path because that is the path that everybody tells them to go. I didn't go to college when I was 18 or 19. Don't remember when I even graduated high school. I decided not to do that, and I decided to work because I knew that college wasn't going to get me forward in life. It was not going to get me where I need to go. And I wanted to focus on music, which I didn't really do because I just simply had the wrong mindset and I was lazy and I had a lot of different issues that I needed to overcome, a lot of different battles that I had to face. But I knew that if I went down the traditional path of going to college, where would I be right now? I knew that there wasn't really something that I wanted to study. And if I had listened to other people, then they would have told me like, yeah, go to college, go do that. Like, go study something and then you'll figure it out. Like, figure what out? What is there for me to figure out in college? My career path? Well, I knew that I didn't want to go down the traditional corporate path and I have to sit in the trenches, work jobs that I don't really like to work, but they provide me some income that I can provide for my family, and then the rest of my time I can use on developing myself and becoming a creator, somebody who makes content, somebody who provides something to the world with the experience that he has and with the viewpoint and with his perspective on life. So as I see all of those other people who have gotten success from the traditional path and having all those doubts, I know that I simply have to be patient. I have to sit it out. I have to wait it out. I have to wait out for the results to materialize finally. Although I know that I'm doing the right things, although I know that I'm making the right sacrifices, the pain is still here, the loneliness is still here, and you probably experience that as well. You probably have a dream as well. Otherwise, you wouldn't have clicked on this video. I mean, that's what I genuinely believe. And if I'm wrong, then feel free to point that out. Like, I don't have any ego that is holding me back right now to not say that. And despite being on this lonely path and wanting to have, like, especially when I was younger, a very big group of people that I wanted to have around me, that supported me, that I could call friends, because most of my life I've been already lonely. Maybe that is because of the fact that I wasn't supposed to be following down the path of everybody else, and that I was different and that I was ambitious and people just couldn't resonate with me. And then the people who I did resonate with, they eventually didn't have the guts to do what it needs, they didn't have the guts to do what was necessary. And I guess everybody has their own journey. I'm not perfect myself either. And yet you feel it. But I know that having a lot of friends is not necessarily going to benefit me. It's only going to bring me distractions, and I need quality friends. Quality people who are striving for the goals, who are doing that what is necessary, who are experiencing exactly the same thing as me. So I'd rather settle with people like that than settle for people who like to distract themselves from the truth. And perhaps by choosing the hard path, I eventually create an easy life. And I'm willing to prove that. I'm willing to prove that and to show that. So if you are on a similar path, let me tell you one thing. Don't run away from the loneliness. See this YouTube channel as a safe space. See this as somebody who you can connect to. Somebody who you can grow with. Who is on a similar path like you. Who wants to get it done. Who wants to make it. And you're not alone in this. So write down in the comment section what your goal is. What you want to achieve. Tell me your story of how you go through your loneliness, and let's connect. Now, it's all about connecting with each other and building a community. So I'm looking forward to reading your story. Remember that You are 100% responsible for the results in your life. Make the hard decision today, and I'll see you in the next one. All right? Bye-bye.